Hey, Tyler Price here with Liz Rose, great educator with Redken, has an amazing salon in Newport, Oregon called Ethos. If you're ever there, I highly recommend it. They're in the process of moving. Cool location, and really excited for her. She's been here with us at Austin Cade Academy teaching some great things, and she's now going to drive around in Caprella the Bug. Now, Liz, you get a hat.
Oh,
It says Style Pro, which is my app,
I love that.
and then it has Caprella the Bug on it. So
Okay. So
don't feel like you have to put it on now, but
I don't know. It looks pretty
all
good.
right, yeah.
A little tilt to the side.
Yeah, you are
Ugh.
gangster.
I'm so gangster.
So here we go.
All right.
Now hopefully
Rock
the
on.
camera has been known to jump off that before. So anyway, so Liz you've been in the beauty space for a little bit.
Yeah, since 1999.
Wow. So back in 1999, when you made a decision, what were you doing at that point?
At that point, I was actually in music school and theater. I was a vocal performance major and theater production major.
And so
Or minor.
that's a pretty big shift, right? So you're
Yeah.
leaving regular academia and jumping into that. So what was your driving force?
Well, I had played with hair my whole life. I was also the one that did hair backstage for the theater besides being on stage. But when I had my daughter, I was pregnant with my daughter, and I needed a career that I could jump into right away and start making some good money to care for her because I was a single mom at the time. And since I had always played with hair, it was just kind of a natural progression.
And where were you living then?
I had just moved back to Newport, Oregon. I was living in Portland when I made the decision I was going to school there.
Okay, and so was there a school in Newport? I should know
Yes,
that,
there
but-
was.
okay.
Yeah, there was. Fagan's Academy was there since 1993, I think.
Right. And then, so you paid your dues.
Yeah.
You went to school.
Yeah.
And what was your progression? Because you've had a pretty cool career, and it didn't just start out snapping your fingers and getting what you wanted, right?
Oh, Lord, no. Yeah, I went to my very first hair show in beauty school, and it was a Redken hair show, and I saw an artist by the name of Francisco Villa, who is a friend of mine to this day, and he was so inspiring on stage. My hat's tilted there. He was so inspiring on stage, and how he made me feel about the industry, I knew that I'd made the right decision. I mean, he was just like, I was in tears at the end of this hair show.
Yeah.
I'm like, why am I crying at a hair show? But he was so passionate about what we do as an industry. And at that moment, that's when I was like, I want to do what he's doing.
Yeah.
I want to help others feel that passion.
Yeah, and that is kind of helping
Yeah.
find the inspiration. So,
Exactly.
and so how long were you, so that was while you were still in hair school then?
Yep. That was towards the end of hair school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then the path, because you're a salon owner, you're a Redken educator,
Yeah.
you inspire people to do better in the industry, not just on the craft side of things, but also on the income side of things. So where did you go from, again, they don't just hire you straight out of school to be an educator.
No, they definitely don't. So I knew that's what I wanted to do, and I researched, and I met up with, at the time, my sales consultant. I started working in a salon in Newport, and I was there for 12 years. And it was a summit-based salon, which was the greatest gift on the financial world that could have ever been given to me, through Michael Cole and Randy Kunkel and all those great people at the summit. And Redken has had a way that you had to work behind the chair for at least 2 years before they would even consider you.
Right.
And at that time, the auditioning process was a little bit different, but I waited my 2 years, and 2 years to the day, I called them up and said, okay, I'm ready. What do I need to do?
Love it.
And I started the induction process and going through their training, and then ultimately auditioned to become an educator, and it kind of grew from there.
Yeah. And now, at what point did you open your own salon then?
I opened my own salon 6 years ago. Halloween was our 6-year anniversary. It wasn't intentional to open on Halloween, it just did. But it was one of the best marketing tools ever.
Yeah.
Because we were a brand new salon, but I'd been in the community working for 12 years, but nobody knew that we were opening yet. And that particular strip, they have about 200 to 300 trick-or-treaters.
Oh, wow.
So we were open for that, and I would put business cards in with the candy because they have moms and dads, and it was a great way to get our name out. So I don't know, maybe Halloween's a good day to open.
Yeah, well, that's definitely one for people to think about. Worked for you.
It did, totally worked for me.
And then, so you've been at that location for how long?
The full 6 years. We're still currently there, but we will be upgrading and moving to a new building come the 1st of January. We're super excited about.
So then when you are interviewing someone for a position, who do you like? Do you like them straight out of school? Do you like people with experience? What? Or is it just that you're looking for someone that fits what your vision is?
Well, it's a little bit of both, honestly. I always, in the past, would insist on them being right out of beauty school so then we could, train and mold into our culture. But I recently just hired a woman who had relocated from California. She'd been doing hair for 20 years. Never saw any of the things that we were doing with the summit and the level system, but her willingness and openness to change and change habits that she'd had for 20 years has been phenomenal to watch her grow. So it's really, I believe in hiring the person and then training to the skill. Because we can train anyone how to mechanically really do hair, but you can't train attitude, you can't train drive, ambition, all those things that just become as who the person is as a human.
So and that's just, you're kind of outgoing. You, in my opinion, like our interactions have always been, wow, I like this lady.
Thank you. I like you too.
Yeah, okay, good. But so, and that's just kind of, I think that's who you are naturally. It's not like a forced thing, but when people, because I'm on the school side of things, and when I get people coming and looking at school, sometimes they can't even look me in the eye. Some of it's they've been beat up by life a little bit. Some of it they're just really shy, but they want to do this. So knowing that is an element of who we're working with, what is some of your advice to people maybe that are, I want to be in the industry, but I'm really shy and I'm lacking a little bit in self-confidence? Because the industry, by them learning the craft, all of a sudden we see that in our school is they start to blossom into these people like, wow, I can really do this, and look at how amazing I am. Whereas before they were kind of questioning themselves. But so how do you work with that, I guess? And that's kind of a tough question. But
no, I completely understand what you're saying, because there's all different personalities, and somebody may technically be very strong, but the outgoingness, the confidence that you need to be able to communicate with the client one-on-one and then ultimately retain that client is a whole nother skill set. So I would say the biggest advice would be to surround yourself with people that have great language skills and study that. There's some great books out there. Michael Cole's Over the Top. At our class today, I just gave away a CD called Intelligent Verbiage. So it actually gives language for the students and for hairdressers to practice, and then start to write it and put it into your own words to make it authentic. And then repetition. Repetition builds confidence. The more you do it, the more confident you get. I may be an outgoing person, but the first time I did a consultation, I stumbled over my words just like everybody else.
And now it's just like it just naturally flows, though, because of that repetition and that practice. So, repetition. So Michael Cole, you mentioned Peter Mahoney, also.
Peter Mahoney.
These aren't people that are paying me to say this. These are just people I've listened to and said, wow, right? That's a great message.
And Redken in general. There's a reason why I've been with Redken for almost 20 years, and it's because we're #1 in education, and we put the hairdresser's education first. And in every single class, how we're trained to deliver the information. We are facilitators of knowledge. We're not presenters. And there's a difference. A facilitator draws knowledge from and helps to anchor learning, where a presenter is talking at you. So it's a completely different world. And and surround yourself with the kind of people that you want to become.
That's something that I try and do, because we have a business curriculum that we teach, but I don't give them a script. I say, look, these are the scenarios, find how you're going to say this, but realize that you need to say it well, and you need to be confident in how you go about it, because it's not like what you're saying. It's not like, here's the step, but here's the step, but do it your way, which is also very rewarding, I think. So
absolutely, and it makes it authentic because someone's going to know, your client will know if you're reciting a script.
Yeah.
It's like the actor in a play, one that actually becomes the character and one that's just repeating the words. It's a totally different feeling.
Yeah. So you love the industry.
I love the industry more than anything else.
And what's some of the biggest things you love about it? Because I show our school and I talk to people all the time and they have in their head what they want out of it. But what are the things that you love about this industry?
I love this industry because there's so much opportunity that you can take it. You can take it any direction. If you want to be a one-person studio, you can thrive and make a great deal of money and have a great living. If you want to go on the education side, you can do that. If you want to go into the school world, there's so many different avenues. Editorial, photography work, runway. The sky is the limit. It's just really what you put into it is what you're going to get. So you have so many choices and variety, which as creative people, we like to have variety.
Right.
But it's also, what I love about it is it's very inclusive versus exclusive.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how tall, short, skinny, weight, religion, politics, hair color, tattoos, piercing, conservative, Chanel, Alexander McQueen. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's so inclusive that anyone can be a part of it and do really well. We celebrate personal style.
Don't we?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing I love about it is it's wide open, like you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, we can take these young students, sometimes single moms, and just start them down the path, and then they really have to blossom. But when we see some of the things they accomplish, I just go, wow, what other industry would allow them to do that?
Truly.
And that they love to show up to work every day. That's the kicker is, I mean, my graduates are regularly saying, I can't believe I get paid to do this. So
Exactly. Isn't that a beautiful thing? And be paid well.
Yeah. So what advice would you give to people looking in the industry, or people, sometimes you get in it and you can get a little stagnant maybe, but what would be your parting words of wisdom for really anybody, but really kind of someone from the industry?
Make a commitment from the beginning that you are going to be a lifelong learner. Education, education, education. Whether it's business, technique, personal growth, spiritual growth, be a continual learner, because as we evolve and in order to get, so we aren't stagnant, we have to keep refueling ourselves, and we have to have something to inspire us. If we stay in the same place, and what I found is that education is really the only thing that can do that, is to continue to educate yourself. Unfortunately, in our industry, as I'm sure you know, only 20% ever take another class out of beauty school, ever, which is shocking to me because there's so much education, and now with online education,
the way they can get it,
you can get so much for free.
Excuse.
Redken.com has hundreds of videos. So educate yourself and make a commitment to yourself because you're investing in your own future that way.
No, great
and
words.
have fun.
Have fun. That's the thing.
It's so much fun.
Well, and we appreciate you. You know, we're small town Idaho,
hey, I'm small town
You're
Oregon.
small town Oregon, but and we love coming out and seeing where you were at Newport and seeing your salon.
Thank you.
If you're ever in Newport, Oregon, definitely stop by and see Ethos. They'll take care of you.
For sure.
And hopefully Liz is there that day and not visiting us in Idaho when you make the journey there. But great little cool city, and we're grateful for what you do for us because we've had you at our school a couple times, and you always inspire our students. That's what we love. That our students they thank us for you coming and
Thank you so
and
much.
being there. So
that.
all right, well, this again, Tyler Price with Style Pro, and Liz Rose here in Caprella the Bug, enjoying us. Thank you for getting in. She's like beautiful and well dressed, and she's in this bug that smells like a lawnmower.
I love it.
But anyway, thanks and have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.